Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about a major leak for the new Dungeons & Dragons 2023 Paramount Dungeons & Dragons movie. Huge news just came out. So first of all, this released yesterday. So I want to released on May 20th, okay? And I would say that the news comes from a non-traditional source on Twitter, but based on having seen the content and what it looks like, I think there's about a 90% chance it's accurate, okay, and truthful. All right, so putting that caveat, but about what I'm about to talk about. So some dude who was heavily invested in the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, I guess people care about that, right? Was searching the movie databases of Paramount, a set of movie databases about Paramount, and he was specifically trying to get information about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 film, okay? And he found data, like 6 different parameters about the new D&D movie, and then a 1-paragraph description of the movie. And what I want to talk about today from that is the fact that from this data, we know that the movie will be very much positioned in the Forgotten Realms. Why? Well, basically the hero, we know the shape of the hero group, okay? So, boy, I swear, if only there were a way I could bet on what Hollywood do, I would just quit my job because I could win every bet. I always know what Hollywood will do. So the Dungeons & Dragons Core 4 is, you know them, right? Fighter, Wizard, Rogue, Cleric. What is Hollywood going to go, oh no, we can't put that in a movie? Cleric, of course, like the one theistic class, you're like, oh no, we can't have a Hollywood movie with somebody who worships a god. That's crazy, right? We better tear out the heart of Dungeons & Dragons tradition immediately. Isn't that completely necessary that we make sure there are no god believers in this movie? Or I wish there was a line where I could bet on this, because Hollywood is just so predictable when it comes to this, right? So, but the thief is an ex-Harper. That's Forgotten Realms. And the team of Rogue, Fighter, Wizard, no Cleric. Cleric is replaced by Druid, right? So the Core 4 is there, but they rip the Cleric out and replace it with Druid, right? Because you can't have somebody believing in God in a D&D movie. Thanks, Hollywood, right? Like you're playing up to your traditional stereotypes. Like, wow, like man, be yourself much. I guess maybe less. I don't know. So basically, I was a little that really kind of I'm like that's not great. All right. So basically, you have that situation. And where does this land, right? So this team, the Core 4 PCs are trying to get back money from a heist that they did that got stolen from them from a con man, okay? And that con man set himself up as Lord of Neverwinter. That's Forgotten Realms, right? So this is going to be a very significantly Forgotten Realms movie, right? And so let's talk about that. There's a lot there. So since we know this movie is going to be Forgotten Realms, what does that mean for us, right? Well, it means that Forgotten Realms just won the setting wars, right? If you don't think there are setting wars, you're not paying attention, right? Because I'm not kidding. The number is real here. Dungeons & Dragons has had over 25 separate settings over the years. 25 settings in 47 years of existence. Dungeons & Dragons has created 25 separate settings. And by the way, that's a conservative count. That is a conservative count, right? Some people would do the same count and come up with numbers as high as 30 or 35. Okay, it depends on how you count, right? But at minimum, there are 25 plus distinct Dungeons & Dragons settings. That is incredible, right? And here's the thing. What was the setting of the first movie? I have no idea. The first movie was the first real D&D movie came out, I think, in 2001. Was so forgettable it doesn't even count. So, you can just throw it in a lake. It doesn't matter, right? But this one will be Forgotten Realms. That's a big deal. That's a big deal for Ed Greenwood, and that's a big deal for D&D, because increasingly, I think D&D desperately does not want to say what their setting is, because their setting is systematized loader, right? And that's really all Forgotten Realms is. It's like loader with the serial numbers filed off. That's really what it is, right? And it's also what Mastara is, and that's what Greyhawk is. Like Dark Sun, that's a real setting. It's distinct. It's new, right? Eberron, that's a real setting. Wildmount, there's distinctive things, right? But if you look at Forgotten Realms, there's literally nothing distinct from Lord of the Rings, right? But it's a big deal. The other thing, though, is Krynn. Okay, Krynn is a setting. Krynn is the world of Dragonlance, right? This movie could have landed with Dragonlance. If it did, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman would be toasting with champagne right now. But right now, they're going to catch their tears in their beer mugs. And the reason why is Krynn ain't going to be the movie setting. Forgotten Realms is. And that means Ed Greenwood's work is going to move forward, because he really built Faerun and he did the work there. It also means that the books I pre-ordered from Noble Knight Games, and if you have those amazing 3rd edition Forgotten Realm books that are already at $85 to $150 a piece on Noble Knight Games, they're just going to go up, right? And everything with the Forgotten Realms on the cover, the Forgotten Realms box, everything is going to go up in value, okay? So it is a very real, very specific, very important thing that Forgotten Realms is going to be the official world of the D&D movie, right? And the fact that it has the Harpers, the fact that it has the Lord of Neverwinter, and also the fact that, like, there are no classes that are chosen that aren't specific to Forgotten Realms. So all those are clues that it's going to be in Forgotten Realm. So I am incredibly excited that the official world of D&D is of the Paramount 2023 Dungeons and Dragons movie is going to be legit. Forgotten Realms. I'm very, very excited about that. And you know, honestly, I definitely would have chosen Krynn, to tell the truth. I recently got the Dragonlance Orange Spine Easily. I think it's like a 1980, early 1980s book. Has an orange spine, has a Jeff Easy cover. And I read through that Dragonlance book, and my opinion of the Dragonlance setting went through the roof. So I do wish that Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman had won this war, but I'm very excited that Hollywood is allowing there to be an actual real setting. That is very good, and I think that's fantastic. That's my opinion. What do you think? Are you excited, upset, or indifferent that the Forgotten Realms will be Faerun will be the official world of the Paramount 2023 Dungeons & Dragons movie? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.